Pushing for impeachment, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling for a special meeting with House Democrats tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to discuss the party's next move. That was breaking news just a short time ago. Here now is James Freeman of the Wall Street Journal. He is also a Fox News contributor. You know, James, we spent the first part of the day with Nancy Pelosi denying that there was this push and pull within the party, that she was under pressure from a big part of the party to go ahead and start impeachment. Then, lo and behold, all of a sudden we hear the breaking news that she has scheduled this meeting for 9 a.m. tomorrow to talk about it. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think this is part of the problem Democrats have created for themselves by talking about resistance as if the president is some sort of dictator, by along with the media kind of feeding this narrative that he's some sort of authoritarian trampling the Constitution. When you have this kind of over-the-top rhetoric, I think your supporters, if they believe you, naturally say, well, why aren't you trying to get this guy out of office? And there's this little matter of not having the evidence to bring a case at this point.
Yeah. And maybe that's what she's going to try and say to them tomorrow. Although, I don't know, you know, nothing is ever as it seems in Washington. So I wonder what the backstory is and what they're really trying to do. In the short term, looks like they're going with impeachment light. They keep demanding these documents, and maybe that satisfies no one. To the right, it looks like presidential harassment. To the left, it looks like they're too chicken to pull the trigger. So maybe this middle ground isn't as clever as it looks, or is it just right? You know, they don't sort of alienate everyone.
Yeah, she's trying to do the straddle, and I think the trigger for this meeting is Congressman Amash on the Republican side being the first Republican to say impeachment, but he is generally a lone voice on various issues. So I think some of the more radical members of the Democratic caucus who want impeachment are using this to say, look, it's bipartisan. But I think what you see as we move through the week here is it's more of an outlier than some kind of move within the Republican Party.
So if they went for it, everyone is saying that the obvious outcome would be impeachment in the House and that it would fail in the Senate. Do you agree with that? And what do you think that would mean for each side?
Yeah, but I mean, impeachment for what? Sort of the question. The head of the Judiciary Committee.
Obstruction of justice, it sounds like is what they're going after.
Well, the problem is, and similar to the case that Amash tried to make, is that you have to ignore the fact that the president does have the authority to fire inferior officers in our Constitution. He is the executive in charge. It is not obstruction of justice for him to fire people who work for him, much as we might think it's ill-timed or misguided or what have you. But so I think that general case that was not delivered by Mueller is the stumbling block. But having promised a significant part of the Democratic coalition that they would be aggressive against this president, they find themselves, I think, needing to take some action.
Yeah, to follow through. James Freeman, interesting times. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Melissa.